I know you've heard about flipping real estate. How do you flip though with no money? Like no money? Like $0? Yeah, no money. I'm gonna tell you how in this video. Let's go. Welcome back. So in this episode, like I said, we are gonna get into no money. Like if you are like broke as heck, you ain't got a dime, you're like, what the heck? But I wanna flip a house because I heard y'all can make some money doing it. That's what we're gonna be talking about on this episode. And so go ahead and take a moment and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm always giving you free content. I want you to be successful. I'm one of the fastest growing channels on YouTube thanks to you all. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so we can keep making this content for you. So let's get into it. I'm gonna tell you how to use free websites, and I want you to stay to the end. And if you do, there's gonna be a download for you, 50 free ways to find a deal absolutely free. So stay to the end because I'm gonna go through some of those for you. Number 2, in this episode, I'm gonna show you how to do this and it won't cost you a dime, not a dime. Then number 3, we're gonna go into a way and it's not gonna take you very much time. This is fast so that you can start making money quickly. Okay, so let's get into it because this again is so exciting. I get this all the time. I know there's some of you that have money, but most of us don't really have very much money. So the first thing, if you have absolutely no money, I mean no money, and you want to flip a house, the first thing that you want to do is get on the internet, okay? You need to get on the internet, and I'm going to give you a list of free websites that you can go to. And the first website that you really want to start with is Craigslist. I know, Craigslist, what is that? Well, there's a link below and I teach you all about this, but Craigslist is a free website and you can literally find buyers, sellers, and investors on Craigslist. People are able to post free ads on Craigslist, and many times it's people that have a property that they're trying to get rid of. People will put up their handyman special. They will say, you know, needs a few repairs. This is where people go and they, again, are looking to sell a property for free. They're not even spending any money on an ad. So you should go to where people are trying to find something, not spend a lot of money, and they're raising their hand saying, I got a house, I want to sell it. And you can literally go on Craigslist for free and start calling those people, putting your ads out. And again, you can put ads on Craigslist for free, literally for free, and people will start calling you. That's just one website. And I'm going to give you a quick example because this is how one of my students just found a deal on Craigslist. And this is so amazing. So I'm sharing this with you. And this is like hot off the press. This is stuff that's happening today. This is not old stuff that I'm telling you. So they started looking on Craigslist for estate sales. Okay. So if someone is having an estate sale, what does that mean? That they are cleaning out the entire property. They need to sell it soon, right? That's usually selling off all of the person's personal items. So ding, ding, ding. Usually that means someone died. All right. I'm not saying that I'm smiling about that, but I've already shared with you guys that that's a really great way to find nice homes in nice neighborhoods that you can make a lot of money on. So a great thing to do is go on Craigslist and find those estate sales, find those garage sales, because those are people usually that are soon going to be either selling a home or already are thinking about selling the home, okay? And so that's a free way to start reaching out to those people. You can go to those properties and you can get some deals. I literally had one of my students do this and walk away with a check for $4,000. And it took him, I think, all of 3 weeks, and it didn't cost him a dime, all right? Like I said, Craigslist is completely free. The second thing, and the second website, is Zillow. So there's tons of websites like this. And again, I'm going to give you a free download, 50 free ways, all listed out. I'm not going to go through every single one on this video. It'll be way too long. But another one that's just really quick, I would be just remiss if I didn't tell you really quickly, is Zillow. So now Zillow has where people can post their own properties, and Zillow has a function where they tell you what pre-foreclosures are out there. So basically what they're doing is they're combing the data and they're finding people that got notice of default, meaning their mortgage is behind and the bank is telling people they didn't foreclose yet, but they're letting people know, hey, you have a notice of default. And those are where they're pulling those data, and you can call those people. Those people are in distress. They have a situation. You can help them get their property sold. You can help them market their property in ways that they're not even thinking of. All they did in most cases is just put it on Zillow and they're like, okay, I'm just waiting now. But I have given you so much content. Remember, 50 free ways. I'm telling you how to find buyers, how to market properties. You have everything that you need here to help that person. So you're watching this video. You want to make a little cash. This is how you do it for free. Step 3, now that you've talked to those sellers, you've got them under, you know that they have a problem, you get the property under contract, and then you assign the contract for a fee. So again, seller is raising their hand. They're in foreclosure. They're in bankruptcy. They're getting divorced. They're getting relocated. Someone died. Whatever the situation may be, they have an issue. And so when you call them, you get the property under contract and you just assign the contract. Now, again, I have a whole video with the paperwork. There'll be a link somewhere to that video for you so that you have that whole process. But it won't cost you a dime. You don't have to put a down payment. You don't have to fix the property up. You don't have to do repairs. You don't have to do any of those things, and you can make a profit. Once you get a profit, and again, usually with a wholesale deal, my average student makes about $5,000. Like I said, my student that I just told you about, he found a property on Craigslist, got it flipped, just the contract. Again, he didn't fix or flip the property. He just wholesaled the property to another investor and he got $4,000. Okay. So now that you got the $4,000, you can really do some things. And this is how you turn $0, no money, not a dime into real cold hard cash legally. And then lastly, because I just have to share with this. So I've shared with you my student, but I'm going to tell you the best way. I'm going to tell you what I did. Okay. I'm going to give you my story really quick and tell you how I made over $17,000 on something like this without spending any money. So when I first got into real estate investing, like I told you, I was working a job, then I was just kind of doing it on the side. And so my coach had kind of given me some ways to find people with property problems, the stuff that I'm teaching you guys for free. I paid like 20 grand to learn, but I'm teaching it all to you for free. He told me how to do this stuff. And so I have found this great duplex. This was in Connecticut. This was in East Hartford, Connecticut. He basically partnered with me. Like, I found the property. I got the property under contract, but at the time I was poor as a church mouse. I didn't have people. I was not the person that you see today. I had a bunch of foreclosures and I was out of bankruptcy and had a bunch of kids and I was just a mess. But I wanted to be in real estate and I wanted to do it the right way. So he started teaching me this and I found this great property, a duplex. He financed the property. He fixed and flipped it, but I was kind of on the side, we were kind of partnering and we did a 70-30 split. And my portion was over $17,000. So that's another thing that you can do if you don't have any money. You can partner with someone that's more seasoned than you are, like a me, for example. Of course, you can go to Noelle's free training and kind of get connected with how to do this and how to connect with my team. But people are doing this every single day and walking away with checks. And I want you to be able to do the same thing. So this is how you do this with absolutely no money. You don't need to be an expert in this. You don't have to spend $20,000 on a coach like I did. Again, I'm giving you all this great information absolutely for free. And you can even connect with me and my team because we're looking for dedicated people like you that are interested in doing this. And we do partner with our students. So let's go. So that concludes today's video. I absolutely love sharing and telling people how to do this with no money because I love turning no money into money. And so, like I promised, if you stay to the end, I have an awesome download for you. You just click the link below. 50 free ways to get a deal. Absolutely free. You don't have to spend any money. I'm giving this to you because I want you to be successful. All right, to your success.